Good evening, my Real News Midday TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update for November 25, 2023. And in the news this evening, businessman Devon Davis to represent the JLP in the Alberton division. There is disquiet in the Alberton division of Trelawney Southern following the selection of the Jamaica Labour Party's candidate for the upcoming local government election. Devon Davis, a 50-year-old businessman from Alberton, told the news, "I am the candidate for this division in the next local government election." However, the sitting councillor Nicole Nugent expressed discontent with the selection when she spoke with the news. "Right now, I am not happy with what they are doing to me. I don't want to say anything that will stir up trouble. In a matter of days, I will speak on the subject," she said. The selection of Davis brings to a close the selection process for all 9 JLP candidates for Trelawney. Teacher suffers a nervous breakdown as $150,000 goes missing from accounts. A teacher from a well-known school in the corporate area is preparing to get medical attention from a possible nervous breakdown. This is after she fell victim to an alleged scam that has resulted in close to $200,000 being fleeced from her account. All of this happened after she received an email from a bank. The teacher said that she received an email from the financial institution claiming that she was selected for a loan of close to $500,000. The teacher, in an interview with the news on Friday, said that she contacted the bank to inform them that she never did apply for a loan. What happened after has left the teacher in a state of shock and suffering from a possible mental breakdown. "I went in and informed the bank and told them that I was not interested in any loan, only to be informed by an agent from the bank that their records were showing that a loan was approved and the funds deposited to my account," the teacher said. The educator, who lives in the corporate area, said matters went further downhill. "Further checks on my account showed that $200,000 from my savings was removed and transferred to an account belonging to a female," the teacher claimed. In addition to not benefiting or receiving a loan as the email claimed, the teacher says she is seeing where a lien has now been placed on her account, requiring her to repay for the next 2 years or more on the loan she never received. The teacher claimed that she has since made several visits to the bank and asked that a probe be launched. "After days of communication, I was told that an investigation was done and the financial institution found no breach," the distraught teacher said. Efforts to reach bank officials on Friday after the teacher reported her case were unsuccessful. The educator has since reported the matter to the police. Police issue Firearms and Road Traffic Act warning for JLP conference. The police are advising attendees of the Jamaica Labour Party's annual conference at the National Arena tomorrow that firearms, drugs, knives, ice picks, machetes, long umbrellas, glass bottles, or any other item that can be used to cause harm or injury will not be allowed inside the venue. According to the police, provisions have been made at the offices of the Firearm Licensing Authority on Old Hope Road in St. Andrew for the safekeeping of firearms while the conference is in session. The police advised that no provisions will be made at the Stadium Police or any other police station for the storage of firearms. Please be reminded that all patrons will be searched upon entry, and any item that may be used as a weapon will be seized, the police advised. Meanwhile, according to the police, all provisions of the Road Traffic Act will be strictly enforced. Drivers are specifically warned not to allow passengers to hang from motor bus doors, sit on top of motor vehicles, or have any other part of their body protruding from motor vehicles. Drivers must follow the speed limit and refrain from risky and careless driving on the nation's roadways. Anyone found violating the laws will be prosecuted, the police said. JCSA upset about outstanding compensation review issues. The Jamaica Civil Service Association has expressed great impatience with the slow response of the Ministry of Finance and the Public Service in addressing a number of anomalies under the compensation review exercise. Since implementation of the wage component of the review, a number of public sector groups have been complaining about related issues. Tesha Clark Griffiths, president of the JCSA, claimed on Thursday the ministry has failed to respond to multiple communications to address the outstanding issues. Those outstanding issues pertain to reinstatement of passenger mileage, retroactive mileage payment, and a review of the current overtime policy and the uniform policy. And of course, the civil servants were expecting to receive their outstanding payment for December, and to date, we have not done so, she added. Speaking at the Manchester chapter of the JCSA's Long Service Awards in Mandeville, she declared, "We're putting the ministry on notice that it cannot be business as usual as they continue to ignore the calls of the civil servants of Jamaica."
Now, we have indicated to the ministry that they should address the issue in relation to passenger mileage, reinstatement of passenger mileage. We also asked them to look at the retroactive mileage that they should have sent out from long time ago. We also asked them to look at the overtime policy as well as uniform policy. We're still awaiting those circulars to come out. And of course, civil servants were expecting to receive their outstanding payments for December, and to date we have not done so. We're putting the ministry on notice that it cannot be business as usual as they continue to ignore the call of the civil servants of Jamaica.
Com charged for shooting man over scamming spoils acquitted. A former police constable accused of shooting a man in an alleged dispute over $2.3 million and other items reportedly stolen from scammers in 2009 was on Thursday freed of wounding with intent charges in the Home Circuit Court. The 38-year-old ex-cop, Moanda Price, who was arrested in April 2019 following his deportation from the United States, was found not guilty by Justice Calza Wilshire after a 4-day judge-alone trial. Price, who was assigned to the Grand Spend police post at the time of the incident, was initially charged with attempted murder, but the charge was downgraded. He was charged along with 3 other persons, including 2 policemen, who were freed of robbery with aggravation charges. The victim, Ian McPherson, was also arrested and charged, but pleaded guilty to robbery with aggravation and illegal possession of firearm and was sentenced to 3 years in prison in 2010. The civilian was also charged with robbery but was later acquitted. According to the allegations, on July 29, 2009, Price accompanied McPherson to carry out a robbery at a house in Stonehill, St. Andrew, along with another policeman and civilians. McPherson, a videographer, had allegedly approached another cop to carry out the robbery, who then invited Price to participate. Following the robbery, the men allegedly went to the premises at Taylor Avenue in Kingston, where a dispute developed between Price and McPherson over how the spoils should be shared. Shortly after, it is further alleged that McPherson went on his motorcycle to leave, but heard Price calling out to him. He allegedly looked around and saw a man, whom he called the braid hair man, pulling a gun at him, and he was shot twice in the forehead. McPherson reportedly fell to the ground, and while he was down, Price and other men allegedly pulled a gun at him and shot him. He was shot 6 times. The men then reportedly took up the injured man and carried him to a nearby gully where they left him. McPherson, however, managed to ride his bike to a gas station where he was assisted to the hospital by a policeman. He later underwent surgery. Attorney at law Denise Walker, who represented Price, said her client was acquitted because the judge did not find McPherson to be credible. She said there were several inconsistencies in his statement and that he had also given a different version of what occurred. According to her, McPherson in his first statement made no mention of Price shooting him, but named him in his second statement, which he gave in 2011. When I was cross-examining him about it, he said it was the police who did their investigation and came up with the name Price, and while he was in custody, he learned of the name Moanda, the attorney said. She further pointed out that McPherson, in one version of the incident, reported that he was shot in the Cassia Park Gully by gunmen while riding. Meanwhile, Walker, when asked to describe Price's reaction to his acquittal, said he is joyous. He maintains his innocence. The witness was coerced to tell a lie on him, she added.